the last week, I have to give the DhammaTalk, the important requirements, no, to understand the non-self characteristic. Because of that, so as a materiality, to break down three compactness, that is the santati kana, continuity compactness, samuha kana, synthesis or combination compactness, and kecha kana, the function compactness. Really, this compactness of materiality, which basically serves as the main basis for being in craving for the sensual pleasure, because of delusions, and such craving for the sensual pleasure is also the main cause for being wandering in the four woeful planes, because much grosser, unwholesome deep or karma are usually committed by being as a result of sensual craving, tanha, and the delusions of vaja. Therefore, to remove this craving and delusions, meditator must analyze this materiality, so detailedly, systematically, according to the Buddha teaching. Then only you can break down these three compactness. Therefore, my teacher, Paul Siaroji, always encouraged to develop concentration first. By the concentration only, we can analyze systematically, detailedly, according to the Buddha teachings, these materialities, to break down these three compactness. Another compactness is mentality compactness. That also, as for the much deeper bound that tying a being to the endless samsara is nothing but clinging to a self or I, mine, and myself. The pernicious idea that there is a permanent entity or essence that animates and rules this body and the life, one life after another, is the most deep-rooted delusion of all sentient beings that is very hard to break through. That also you see in this world. No? Among many religions in the world, there is consensus to suggest that although this physical body seems to be impermanent and full of imperfections and suffering, but the mind or the awareness or the consciousness or the so-called knower or self or soul in this existence is what the essence of being is. It is the cause that fall in samsara and the cause who release from samsara, attain to the truth and the nibbana, craving for the craving for the subtlety of this mind that is labeled as I, me, or myself is very hard to break through without gaining deeper insight what constitutes the mind. That also, no? And that delusion that mind is something a permanent entity is basically due to this compactness of mentalities. For this, we need to break down the four types of compactness in every mental process, which are continuity compactness, santati gana, synthesis compactness, samuha gana, function compactness, kecha gana, and subject compactness, aramana gana. Because you see, in this world, I think all of the religions, except Buddhisms, they believe their religious teacher also teach their disciple atmiya, soul or cool or, and also this soul and cool also created by the Creator, or but only Buddhism only we can find that this anatta. Because of that, to break down that this soul and core or atta is, we must understand, we must analyze this mind systematically, detailedly, according to the Buddha teaching. Because of that, so to break down that this four compactness is very important. That also, last week I explained the first three compactness are found with the materialities. So I give the example, look like the torch, the fire, if we turning very quickly, so we see look like the fire circle, but really that is not fire circle, because the rising is very fast. So we think that is a fire circle, but each of them stage, the fire are rising. So in the same way, the fire, if we turn, so we see the fire look like the circle, but really that is not a cycle. The torch are one after another rising and passing away only, because rising is very fast. So like that way, this is called the santatikana. Rising is very quickly. Another one also, you see the water current. This water current also, the water are newly water are rising and passing away. But because the water is flowing continuously, we think same water current. But that is new water are flowing. So that also you see that is called the santatikana, compactness of continuity. In the same way, if we compare our body also, the four type of particle, karma born particle, consciousness born particle, temperature born particle, nutriment born particles. These particles are create our human forms. Because rising is very quickly, passing away is slower than the rising away. We think our body are same body. Yesterday, today, morning, evening, all are the same body, but really this is not the same body. One cup pakalapas, so another, they are rising and passing away very quickly. If meditator able to see that these particles, he can break the compactness of continuity. If meditator is able to analyze in the particle, earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, smell, taste, nutritive essence. If meditator is able to analyze these elements, so he can break the compactness of synthesis or combination compactness. After that, if meditator analyze the characters of earth element, the function of earth element, the character of water element, the function of the water element, the character of fire element, the function of the fire element, the characteristics of wind element, the function of wind element, so he can break the function compactness. So mentality also, there are four compactness I have told you. Continuity compactness, synthesis compactness, functional compactness. But the subject compactness is unique with mentality. And now I'm going to explain concisely about these four types of compactness with mentality. The firstly, continuity compactness. Ordinary beings usually think that their mind is the person or soul who rules this body, perception, feeling, or being aware of an object. I see, I hear, I smell, I feel, I taste, I know, I am thinking, usually refer to a separate beings that has a distinct reality to function independently in this world. Another one also, other religions or even our Buddhists also, one may think it is a self or soul, no, that migrates from one life to another and are in different bodies. They don't consider or recognize, no, that it is through presence of many conditions and contexts like eye and sight, ear and sound, nose and smell, tongue and flavor, body and technical sensation, and mind and thought, on which all cognitions of our mind is formed. To overcome these delusions, we need to break down this compactness of mentality by systematic meditations. Because of that also, in our center, to analyze the material also, no? According to our body, door by doors, no? Eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, and mind door. Door by door, we have to analyze material also, no? Mentality also in the same way. We must analyze door by door, eye door, because you see at the eye door, because of form impinging eye thought process arising, because of ear door and sound ear thought process arising, nose door, now you get the smell and sense. This smell and nose sensitivity impinging, the thought process rising, oh, this is very smelly. Something, even that also not so convenient, because of so strong. In the same way, because of tongue and taste, the tongue process rising, because of body door and the tangible object rising, body door thought process rising. Now you think you are home, although you don't see that you are property in your home. Mentally, you can see, perceive that this object, this is mind door and mind door thought object impinging, and this thought rising. So in this thought process also, because of the wise attention and unwise attention, wholesome and unwholesome also arising. Therefore, we must analyze by the concentration systematically, door by door only, we can break this compactness stage by stage. So, in our body, as mentality, there are two types of consciousness. That is the cognitive process consciousness, that is viti citta. Another one is process-free consciousness, viti mukta citta. What are the process-free consciousness? That is the reward-linking consciousness, life-continent. Reward-linking consciousness is called the padisandi citta. Life-continent is called the poginga mind, poginga citta. And death consciousness, chuti citta. In one life, rebirth consciousness, padisandi citta, and death consciousness, chuti citta, arise only once time. Whereas life continent consciousness can arise many times. When cognitive process which does not arise, so like in deep sleep, when we sleep, this life container Boeing mind is arising successively, and another one is between the two cognitive process, between the thought process. So as a linkage, take the function Boeing mind is not to cut two thought process. It arises. To understand the cognitive process, if I explain if I give the example to you, according to the law of the Chaitanya, the law of the consciousness, Chaitanya, when one sees an object forms, the idle thought process arises. If it is a great object, the thought process will arise in order. So that is, I like to give the example here in front of me. That is the flower. When I look this flower arrangement, how this function arising. So firstly, because I wish to look at what in my movement arising, then this form impinging to my eye and eye consciousness arising. After eye consciousness arising, this message sent to the heart. Because of that eye consciousness arising, then receiving mind arises. So this message accept the heart bowing up my bow air, hadaya, receiving mind arising. After that, what is this investigation mind arising? After investigation mind arising, then after investigate, oh, this is the rose, this is the red color. Determination might arise. After determination might arise. If I like or dislike, seven jhana mind movement arising end. After that, two registration mind movement arising. Like that way, we take thought process. The mind movement are take the function. They do the work, the process to know the object. Like that, now you are listening to the sound. Also, similar thought process arise. That is, advati mind, ear consciousness, mind movement, receiving mind, investigation mind, decision mind, seven jhana mind movement, two registration arise. In the same way, now you get the smell, the essence of this is the stick. That also, this sound, what smell, what type of smell. When you investigate advati mind movement, the nose consciousness, receiving mind, investigation mind, decision mind, seven jhana mind movement, two registration arising. Like that way, all those, according to the law of the consciousness, these thought process are arising. This is called the cognitive process. Mind-through thought process is different thought process. Now you close your eye and try to imagine in your home your beloved one or your desirable object. You may perceive this object in animate or inanimating things, but that thought process, mind-through thought process is mind-through adverting and seven jhana mind movements and two registration arisings. If you like to know more detailedly, when Dr. Meeting will come, you attend as his Abhidhamma class. I like to advertisement. Look like the Indonesia television channel. I put the advertisement. So because of not understanding this cognitive process, one thinks I see or I hear, my seeing. So in this, he is deluded by continuity compactness of mental process. To break down this continuity of compactness, meditator needs to be able to analyze and perceive in each of the mind movement in the thought process. Like that, if you are able to see by the wisdom, by the knowledge, this is the advati mind movement, this is the ear consciousness, this is the receiving mind movement, this is the investigation mind movement, this is the determination, these are the seven jhana, these are the two registrations. if you are able to analyze, you can break this compactness of continuity, compactness. Another next compactness is synthesis compactness or combination compactness, samuhagana. The mind process or mentality seems to be a synthesis hold. One always think the mind is one whole thing that recognizes the object. It is one self or soul. To get rid of these delusions, I have already told you earlier, one need to discern in one thought process each of the mind movements. If meditator is able to see that each of the mind movement in one thought process, then next step, meditator must analyze again in each of the mind movements how many mental factors and consciousness associated. Because you see, when you see that this flower, no? I have told you about this mind movement of the thought process. In one mind movement, no? At least 7 mental factors are associated. Now when you see this flower, in unconsciousness, how many mental factors associated? That is phasa, contact, and contact your eye and the object. After that, because you think, oh, this is the beautiful, so you please, feeling vedana arising. After that, because from young age, whenever you are elder person teach, you should call, this is called the roast, perception. Sanya are also associated. After that, the volition, chirana, organize or stimulate the other mental factor to know that this object. And also, chirana and ekagata, one pointness, not to move other object. So one pointness, ekagata also arising. Jivita, life faculty also include a manasikara, attention, not to move other object. Your attention also put into the object. At least one mind movement, at least 8 mental factor and consciousness, totally 8 are arising to know the object. That is really very difficult. Like that teaching also in this world cannot find any religions. That is our Buddha also mentioned. To analyze the mentality is look like the water of the ocean. So you see in the ocean, the water, many rivers flowing and mix all together. Because of that, our Buddha gave the example in India oceans. From the India, Ganga, Yamuna, Achira, so many rivers are flowing in the ocean. Even to analyze in the ocean water, this is the Ganga water, this is the Yamuna water, is maybe able to analyze. To analyze this mentality is not easy, very difficult words, very difficult job. Although difficult, because of our Buddha teaching, we can analyze these mental factors. Therefore, if you are able to analyze these mental factors, you can break the synthesis compactness, combination compactness, samuhagana. Really, in one thought process, as advati mind movement, one consciousness and 10 mental factors associated, ear or eye or nose consciousness, one consciousness and seven mental factors associated, receiving mind, one consciousness and 10 mental factors associated, investigation mind, also one consciousness and 11 or 10 or 11 mental factors associated, determination mind is one consciousness and 11 mental factors associated, jhana is depend on wholesome or unwholesome associated mental factors are different. So if you had strong concentration, enough concentration, you are able to, you can analyze this mental factor systematically. After that, if you can analyze, so you can break down that is the synthesis compactness or combination compactness. Another one, compactness is function compactness, kecha gana. That is, I have told you about the rupa kalapa. Nama kalapa also, the group of mental factors that arises together in one mind moment, it's called the nama kalapa. I have told you now, events, I consciousness, they are associated, one consciousness and seven mental factors. This is one kalapa, one nama kalapa. Each of the mental factor has its own characteristics and functions. You see, consciousness, mind or chaita, its characteristic is the knowing the object. The mind can know the object. Its function is to be a forerunner of the associated mental factors. So that is the consciousness. Another one is contact, phasa, has the characteristics of touching. Its function is impingement, as it causes consciousness and the object to impinging. Feeling, vedana, has the characteristics of being felt. Its function is experiencing. In the same way, all 52 mental factors have their own specific characteristics and functions. Therefore, by developing the concentration and meditator must analyze these all 52 mental factors, their characteristics, functions, manifestation and approximation cause, and such understanding for its individuals, function, characteristics, manifestation and approximation cause is quite necessary for meditator to break down the function compactness of mentalities. The next one is subject compactness, aramanakana. This aramanakana is only we can find in the mentalities. Having penetrated the previous three compactness, one may still think that there is an observer in the background that is seeing or analyzing ultimate material and mentalities, like I or knowing self saw ultimate material and mentality. Because of that, to overcome these delusions, we need to first resolve three types of compactness of mentality: samuga, sandati kana, samuga kana, and kecha kana. After that only, the observing mind, we must analyze again. Because you see now, you analyze the thought process of the flower, what is the contact, what is the feeling, what is the perception. So the previous, the mind, with the subsequent mind you are analyzing. But this analyzing mind, you think, or I see, I analyze, I'm able to analyze this mental factor is not right way. Because of that, this analyzing subsequent mind, the vipassana inside mind, this the knowledge of inside mind, we must with next subsequent mind analyze this the previous mind, previous thought process. This is not to break the aramanagana subject compactness. That is when you meditate anapana meditation. So firstly you concentrate on the in and out breath. That time, because of your concentration, you see that you are distraction mind. Oh, my mind is wandering. Seeing that this distraction mind is not, you are seeing another subsequent mind, you are seeing the distraction, not mind seeing. Because of that, you must break down the three compactness of this distraction, also the subsequent mind knowing the distraction also, you must break three compactness. This three compactness is called the subject compactness. That way only my vipassana, I am meditating, I can analyze this nama rupa, I am there, so a very good meditator, so this wrong view can remove. That also in other places when I give this DhammaTalk, someone asks to me, like that way, if we see that this one thought process to subsequent mind thought process and next subsequent mind to who is doing, who is the doer? Because they think always not self or soul or I mind. So they think, so if we see that this one mind thought process to next mind process and subsequent mind seeing that next previous mind movement, therefore they lost who is the doer. Really no doer. So one thought after another only, So the thought process are rising. All our mental energy only one after another rising. No self, no doer, no I. So therefore, if a meditator can discern the process of materiality and mentality systematically, he is able to break down all the compactness that block us from seeing and knowing the ultimate reality of mind and matter. Having realized all our intrinsic nature of elements, one can remove the wrong view of self or soul that exists eternally in this life or life after life. Another one, this is a direct experience of non-self, seeing the true nature of mind and matter and their cause and relationships as they actually are. The wrong view of eternalism and nihilism regarding oneself and the world, and the doubt can be removed. So if meditator able to see this mind and matter, their intrinsic nature, their cause and effect, so he can remove the wrong view of creators or that is Sami Atta, and also being created, Jiva Atta, also can remove the wrong view of these two, creator and being created. With maturation of such profound understandings, one's Dhamma eye will arise to cut off forever the identity view, Sakaya Deity, belief in efficiency of rite and ritual, Sila Paramasa, and doubt Vichikiccha. If meditator practice systematically samatha and vipassana meditation, if he can attain the first noble paths and fruitions, so because of this, the path and the first path and fruition mind, so forever shut himself from rebirth to the four woeful plane. So another one, because of that, no? So practicing vipassana inside meditation systematically and thoroughly is very important. So by knowing deeply the true nature of these mind and matters as they really are, we are able to understand the fully that these four noble truths. So and with such understanding, the power of the wisdom to cut off greedy, hatred, delusions, will mature and attainment of that this nibbana is that possible. So because of that, I would like to end this talk because of the time and also it may not be brought to your mind. I don't explain detailedly how to analyze this material and mentality. If you like to able to discern, if you like to break these compactness, so develop the concentration, and after that, by the concentration, you are able to analyze, break down these four compactness, these compactness. So because of that, I would like to say my wishes to you. May you all realize the true nature of mind and matter, and may you able to cross the endless, the ocean of the samsara, and may you reach the other shore of the nibbana, and may you attain the supreme bliss of the nibbana. Now share the merits. Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Buddham Pujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Dhammam Pujemi Imaya Dhammanu Dhammapatipatiya Sangham Pujemi Atta Imaya Patipatiya Jati Jara Pradi Maranama Parimongchisami Irame Punyam Asowekyam Wahang Hodu Irame Punyam Nibbanasa Pacheo Hodu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabba Satanam Bhajima Desabi Me Samam Punya Bhagam Labantu Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.